40, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. From the gun, here's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Forced out to his left. And his first pass is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on... be a little bit more careful.
Yeah.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you get a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On play action, now Brady. Going up top. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. It's not often that we put the word overthrow next to the name Tom Brady.
His accuracy is so good that when there are misses, they're usually not by much. So when we see one like that, look,
scratch your head a little bit.
Scratch your head. We're chuckling about the whole thing. Let's see how fired up he gets about it, though, because you know he likes to atone for his errors.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He was looking for Gronk that time.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Well, partner, as the Cowboys come back out here, I want to ask you to assess the season. The first couple months of the year for Dallas starting to look like they'd be sitting at home in January. Then the Amari Cooper trade comes. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. John Simon in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
2nd down, Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
It's coming now. You go 46, 46. You go 46. 46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. The throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
46, 46. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. His throw caught right around the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Hey, 47.
It's a keeper with Prescott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott scoring on the sneak from a yard out, and the Cowboys are in for 6. And he knocks it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Charles, for the New England Patriots, one stat that you and I were looking at before the game is kind of interesting. When they lost in weeks 14 and 15, it's the first time they suffered back-to-back defeats in December since 2002. So I don't know that they're in trouble as they go toward the playoffs, but not playing their best football.
I think that's a great point because you have to go back to 2002 for that to happen. So their level of consistency off the charts. But you're exactly right. They are not playing their best football. And what they're always competing for is one of those opening week buys where they have to play that extra game in the playoffs. It looks like this year they may very well have to play that extra game. And if that's the case, that's not the recipe for getting to the Super Bowl for the New England Patriots.
To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Wait! Move! Sugar! Quick it!
Brady now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gordon, of course, picked up in a trade from the Browns back on September 18th, and he really should help a Patriot offense that has some question marks at wide receiver.
Yeah, you're banking on.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
On second down, here's Brady. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Here's Brady to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And he's able to put it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They juked him. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustmts.
First down, Prescott flushed out right. On the run, he'll let let this go deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Brady to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Julian Edelman, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. And he's got it up and through. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions,
and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The give is to Elliott, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 1st down, Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now Brady. Left side, it's Dorsett. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Brady going to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Tom Brady, his third touchdown pass of this first half, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st and 10, Prescott looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Intended that time for Cooper. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A second down throw for Prescott. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So the Patriots coming out now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Goes underneath here to White, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 right at the 30. So after the INT, it's Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Josh Gordon, 70 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
46.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And it is incomplete.